Okay. I just had a nap to kind of wait out a blizzard. Still awful out. But put the rope out without losing too much heat. The wind is still pretty strong. Now, one thing I didn't do was check to see if there was lunch over here, and there is not. Yeah. Sometimes that carcass is pretty essential. Okay, so it feels awful. Yeah, minus 12 out of the wind, which isn't that bad, but it's still not really good for traveling in this kind of wind. So now that I've got the rope out, I'm going to go warm up, give the weather time to figure out what it wants to do, if it wants to start blizzarding up again, because it seemed like it was a short blizzard, so it might be one of those sort of that lull in the storm sort of thing.
Where can I find something to eat?
In your backpack, sir, you will have a variety of foods. 53%, 52 is the jerky. Now we'll go with the jerky. You can eat that and maybe read about cooking. Those wind gusts sound like they did not back off at all.
I need a horse.
Still so close to blizzarding. Okay. Grab a quick drink. Then read for one more hour, and hopefully the wind backs off, not turns on. Ooh. Okay, sounds nicer out. Wait a second, well, I have my inventory here. Sticks, and more sticks. Let's go climb a rope. -5 is really good for the traveling I'm going to be doing here, which is just to head just to the farmhouse. That's all I really want to do. Be getting to the trunk of the car. He's underweight, so why not?
Could end up being useful.
Very much so. Very much so. He still hasn't started a fire. Okay. I think this is by far the longest rope. Not by far, but I think that this is the longest climb. Yep, already that frostbite risk likes to just rear its ugly head. Nice and easy. Don't want to go walking off this edge. That'll finish a run pretty quickly. Okay, so he's already risking frostbite, and it looks like the weather just realized I was outside. Because it really got windy really quickly. Whew. Even the downward climb, that was quite the climb. Like the ravine and the summit, those are good ones. But you gotta be fully rested before you attempt to go up that monster. Speaking of monsters, there's a guy stumbling around in the orchard again.
It's like something is sapping the energy.
Yeah, that walk just wiped him out. Okay, no messing around
Can't
here.
feel my feet.
Hypothermia risk, bear attack risk. It's all part of his day, I guess. I'd love to kill a rabbit, start my collection,
Cold. Just want to lay down for a
but
bit.
with frostbite risk coming up on him and hypothermia risk, I really can't afford to take the time out here.
So hungry.
Holy cow, this guy's problems are never ending. So yeah, we've got a nice freezing cold night. If he makes it inside, he'll
I'm feeling so
oh,
drained.
there we go. Now he's done with his energy. Hopefully there's not a bear interested. No, it's still going the right way, which is away from me. Still too tired to run. Still too tired to run. Yep. So that was an exciting descent. Now the weather on his third or second day here has been a little rough, I got to admit. I'm not that worried though. He does, yep, still out of energy. Keeps pressing that button. Well, let's go look in the car. What if there's a pair of mitts in this car? I'm gonna feel really foolish. Gloves, and oh, stay on target, and a pack of matches. Well, now I do feel silly. Could be gloves in the glove box, but there doesn't have to be. Just to make sure I'm not missing anything at all. Because sometimes there's a piece of cloth in there that gets lost pretty easily. And the driving gloves also blend in nicely to the back seat. Okay. Let's get that long walk in. A reading material and 12 more matches.
The sun's setting.
Sun is setting. Good stuff. Now how close did I get to frostbite? That's a 45%. That's not what you want to see at all. I mean, really. That's too close for comfort, if you ask me. I don't like, grab that book. I don't like, getting that close. even. But now he's exhausted, so he can go upstairs and go to bed and wait out this awful weather. So he will sleep for 12 hours. Before I drift off to sleep, we'll do a quick journal check here. Journal says 2 days on the calendar, or 1 day survived. So he's got 1 day behind him. And he's got to eat and then get some sleep. So the peaches, 53. Okay, yep, that is the worst condition food he's got. I don't know if they'll fully hydrate him. I probably have to, yeah, get a sip in. 2 cattails. Now he's set up with 750 calories. He can sleep for as long as he needs to. $6.08 for 9 hours. That's really good. There's the big blizzard. It wanted to come rolling through. I was just going to skip all this and not record it, but why not? So we can sleep for an additional almost 2 hours without taking a condition hit. The actual condition is at 99%. So if he eats a cattail, that'll give him 3 hours of sleep. I think Pleasant Valley's got that whole...
I'd eat anything right about now.
You know, if you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes and then punch yourself in the face. Yeah, this place is awful. Okay. If it wasn't for the huge places of... I'm not going that way. I risk my life a lot going that direction. Oh, you know what I wanted to do? This is what I wanted to do. Very, very badly for quite some time. Well, let's use the toolbox. We don't use it for anything, usually. I mean, you can fix a hacksaw, fix a hammer, apparently make a torch. Now I've got a really, fancy 100%er. Okay, please don't eat me. Just want to go to the barn. Sad thing about Interloper is you can't really just stand here and watch the sun come up. Well, you can do that, but you'll do a lot of damage to yourself. So, I wouldn't recommend you watch these fantastic moving watercolor sunrises. It's just, game just fills me. It's awesome. Well, the one thing I like about this game is it's very honest. It doesn't ask you, can you survive? It asks you how long you can survive, which is, there's a big difference. There are games where, yeah, you could literally set yourself up almost indefinitely. I tend to get reckless with my longer runs. The longer I'm alive, the more unrealistically strong I think I am. Oh yeah, he's about to get some cold on here. With that wind and all that, you can get some frostbite risk way before hypothermia risk sets in. Ugh, And you're right there, too.
Place to escape this cold.
You need to hope that that wolf in front of you, way off in that little speck in the distance there. There he is. I hope he doesn't have a friend.
Too cold to think.
Ah, now you've got to turn around. Oh, what? Come on. I know the owners. I know the owners. See, I think he doesn't know the owners. Uh-huh. They asked me to check on their truck. They said, hey, can you, if you're in the neighborhood, can you check on the truck? And a friend of mine might be in here. So, you lose. Okay. So, first thing is the simple tools, which I do not want. Well, he's warming up. But he's going, I'm not spending the day in the barn, like the entire day sort of thing, so. Got a lot of matches. Huh. Nobody. Note. I've got something in this. Nope, nothing in here. There's usually a whetstone in here. So it's one of those places where you can... Sardines. There's just a pry bar. Quite sure there's nobody in here. It's a feather. Nope, doesn't look like anybody in here needs a feather. Last time I was in here, I found a feather. That was really weird. If you're going to find a whetstone, usually it's over there. Sometimes it's upstairs here. Let's check out what's going on in this truck here. Got a stem on the floor? You bet. Gloves in the glove box? Nope. And it'd be just too direct. Okay. Hopefully I can find myself some work gloves up here, because work gloves and work boots for my style of gameplay, like what I like, they're the best of the man-made or man-made of the basically the factory-made products. Ah, there's the whetstone. So, no gloves, just, uh-oh. Uh-oh, did I get stuck in the floor? Okay. It's a lot like Desolation Point, where you fall through.
I could use this.
And it's alarming. But nothing bad. I've never hurt my banged up dog food. Just made its way in there, hurt up my I never hurt up myself. So there's where you find the hammer, in between the crates. And that looks like a bust on the mittens. Hiya. Okay. I do have a cattail. Got a book. Bunch of lamp oil. Got a torch. So I'm just going to use the torch and the book and get a little fire going and make up some water. Warm them up. And then head on over to the rural town site there where there's the house and the store there. Now, I don't know how many people out there have seen American Werewolf in London, the original. You're supposed to stay on the path, and they wander off the path. They wander off the road, sorry, and they get eaten. So that's kind of how I view Pleasant Valley. You stay on the road, or else you'll get eaten. I'm going to melt up some water. Be fully warm when we go to leave. I'll see you in a minute. Okay. He's warmed up, but I wonder if it is nice enough out for him to keep a lit torch. Where's that scrap metal just laying around? Oh. A piece of cloth. Now hopefully he doesn't spot me. Hopefully he just goes his own way. On my way, he goes his way. Everyone's happy. I mean, really, I don't need more firewood. Not very often I find dog food in here. Let's see. No afflictions. That's what I'm looking for. Usually you don't find anything in these outbuildings. For me to find some cedar like that. And then dog food in that crate. That was a pretty unique bit there. Like the Terminator. Look at him run. Gloves. Anywhere. Nothing. Okay. All right. So that was the end of that torch. I believe it's over there. There's a structure. A little outbuilding, I think. And a person. And maybe it's the last bridge. No, I think it is this bridge. This area. Don't take my word for it on this one. But take a quick peek. Your fingers feel numb because you're not wearing any gloves. Well, obviously it is not there. So my plan, if I survive the journey, of course, was to get out of here, get to Coastal Highway,
So cold in my life.
begin to gather resources. Get a few rabbit skins, a few pieces of gut, a couple of just 2 and 2 sort of thing. Go to Desolation Point. Immediately upon my arrival, start killing stuff. So that I can walk back out with some guts. Because it'll take 3 or 4 days to get things all set up. So I need to take enough cattails with me. Because, of course, no fishing and only a few rabbits here and there is going to be... maybe it's on this side that has the... Yeah, that's the thing. I don't like to go off the road anywhere into the backcountry or Pleasant Valley. I don't mind admitting that. This place is dangerous. This ends so many runs for me. And the worst is when the game ends a run for you when you're staring at the screen squinting. Like, what is going on sort of look. And then you realize that you're actually in real danger. And then shortly after that, you fade into the long dark. So at the end, I am going to do the outtake for my first attempt. My second attempt was just me dying in a blizzard. It was at nighttime and I couldn't see, couldn't determine where I was going, and I ended up I think I made it to 3 strikes farmstead before I faded out. So it was really nothing happening. Because that was the first landmark I recognized. I was like, yeah, hey, this place. And then promptly died. Didn't even get to the house or anything, so. Alright, well that was alright, I guess. So really nothing in here. Okay. Well that's normal, actually. Now I know there's a wolf right over here. No, there's a wolf. There always is. This is his town, right? Oh, a sewing primer. That's a good book to have. Look at this. Crackers over here. Like the crackers. They're really good for the calories and weight thing, sort of thing going on. Alright, where are my matches? Come on, rural store, you promised me matches. This is always a place where you get matches. Somebody actually saved me a soda? What is going on in this game? Huh. There you are. My matches. I managed to gather up some 35 matches here in Pleasant Valley. No other way to start a fire though. No striker, no magnifying glass. Nobody's gonna leave their gloves at work.
Stuff will come in handy.
Ah, shoes. The thing is too, he's too proud to wear his shoes on his hands. He refuses to do it. An extra pair of socks is always good to make puppets for cabin fever. And yeah. Oh man. He got his matches and a soda and some crackers. If I had a bedroll, I'd spend the night. Whoa, that was a little bit of floor staring there. My one surface for my mouse here is a little bit uneven. Okay, so I'm going to get to the house. Hopefully, get to the house. I'm so confident I'm going to run into a wolf on the other side. Ah, the one on the right side is... I prefer the one on the left side to be standing than the one on the right side. because they burn most of this down. The one on the right side has got really, really short visual range. Trying to don't really know what's going on until you get there. And yet that other house has got that side porch with the railing where you're kind of safe. So, alright. Now there's not a lot in these places usually. Oh, come on. Now you're just making fun of me. Couldn't have been a pair of driving gloves. Because all I'm worried about is just that frostbite risk, right? See, that whole woolen sweater thing is, I really like those. Those are a really good piece of clothing. I like to team it up with the sweatshirt for wind protection, and if you can't get the sweatshirt, the dress shirt will do because it offers wind protection. Oh boy. Not a lot of upstairs. Come on, stuff. We got to this one, right? Okay.
That'll come in handy. Just what I need.
Oh, a double. Oh, and there's my antiseptic, finally. I'm going to put that away. Maybe my flare is scaring away all the food. Come on, venison. Okay, actually, I really don't like it when the freezer has stuff in it because it gives you something that you're usually obligated to cook. Well, always. Oh, yes.
I think I can use this.
You can use those. And some toilet water. Just dump that in with your other water that you made up. Ah, not enough water to have a shower. Okay, well, let's do some clothes looking. See, a decent plaid shirt. It's better than a ragged thin wool sweater. But if I can repair it, and I have the sewing kits. Sewing kits aplenty. And this is the end of his day. So a worn thin wool sweater. Decent. Worn. It's already, yeah. It's warmer. Fix that up some more. So I'm just going to let the day run out. Fixing my things. And get some sleep. Now I've got that extra pair of socks for puppets. Puppets for cabin fever. I should start thinking about ditching some of these pops. Well, at least this one. My dog food. Oh, man. The people, you know what? The people around here, it may have been a little bit disorderly at times, a bit odd. But they fed their dogs, you know? They took care of their pets. Or they've been feeding dog food to the wolves, and that's why the wolves are so aggressive. The tourists out to the island to feed dog food, canned dog food to wolves. I couldn't see that being a very stable tourism market. Alright, I'm gonna keep the crackers on me for a little while longer. All this stuff kind of hydrates me, so I'm just gonna eat some cattails. And I guess finish up this wilderness kitchen cooking book. Oh, and an aurora drops in. So yeah, I will see you tomorrow in the daylight when we go to the mine. And then from there I'll just end the video, but show you how I get to the mine, what I do. Yeah, that dog food was so good. Let's go for more. Just imagine that, eh? The first can would go down kind of good because you're starving, but now the second can, you've gone into that excess mode where you're like, ugh, I didn't really want to do this, I don't think. I mean, if it can happen with cake, it can happen with dog food. Okay, we'll see you in the morning. Alright, survived 2 days, 21 hours. It is now day 4 on the journal. I didn't actually check it on day, but survived 2 days, about to survive 3, if I survive, right? I'm a day a little early for the day to be warm, but I really want to kind of get on out of here. I hope I don't get attacked as soon as I walk outside the door. That's happened to me many times here. Oh, don't get stuck on stuff. You need to move in a very straight and clear line. Oh, look at that. Soda. Gloves in the glove box. No. Make a lot of noise in a wolf area? Why, I'd be happy to. That area is high stress for me. I've been attacked there recently. Oh. I didn't know that was there. It's empty, but it was still there. Usually you don't get much out of these places. Okay, back out the front door. Here we go. It's not just me. I've seen other people have their runs ended right at that car too, so. Oh boy. The weather in Pleasant Valley.
It's making my head feel thick.
Oh boy, with that wind,
All upset.
I don't know. I don't know if we'll make it out of here without the serious risk of frostbite.
I could eat anything right now.
Now, there's a cave up here, of course. Very little in it, usually. The way up is just over here. There's my frostbite risk. I don't like that. Yeah, so we're going to run them on in here. I think, yeah, you do. You find, oh, hey,
I can always use more food.
yeah, a granola bar. That's actually a really nice touch. So I hate to do it to myself. Ah. But yeah, I'll see you again after he's warmed up, and then we'll head our way up to the mine. The weather is backed off, and I barely got warm. So I did throw 2 pieces of wood on that fire, and I only really needed the one, because apparently the weather was just going to give up as soon as I went into this cave. Nice of it to do, don't get me wrong. But, wait a second, what am I looking for? Ah. Cup of hot coffee. There we are. So that'll get him boosted even more. Get his fatigue reduced. And we'll just march on out of here. Basically coming out of this cave nice and warm, fully rested, and the weather is not quite so bad. A little bit of pickup sticks. Yeah, it's still darn cold out though. So the idea is to not get eaten by a wolf on the way up. But, you know, can't always get what we want. There's the pathway up there. I can see it. But it's a bit of a walk. And, well, it's a rough neighborhood, you know? Just need to make it past here. And once you start going up that pathway, usually will back off. Not always. Usually they'll trail off and you don't have to watch them the whole way up. But this time I was lucky and did not encounter a wolf. So into my next video will be me heading through the I'll start my next video at the exit of the other side. Well, maybe. No, we'll just go through the mine together. Why not? See what I can find, right? Oh. Oh, it's burnt out. Swing and a miss on that. I could save myself the match. Should have actually thrown that at the base. There.
Damn it. So hungry.
Wasted a match. Which, and even though I've got over 30 of them, that doesn't mean I should be, shouldn't be conserving. Even though this, of course, is only to the 21st day survived. Just to see how I start up from Pleasant Valley. It's still, I still want to play it like I'm intending on surviving a very long time. Now, if I was a little faster on the draw, I might have been able to get a wool scarf there. But no such luck. There's some coal. Alright, well. Let's just go through the mine. I'll stop when I get to the other side. Some more quality tools.
Here.
Ooh. These people, they liked a couple of things. They liked their pets and they liked their wool sweaters. Must have been a gigantic wool sweater sale or something. Spring clear out or something. Weren't selling gloves, that's for sure. Ooh. See a fire starting book. Ooh, and I love a granola bar. Well, so far no good on the gloves. Oh, oh, oh. Yes, you can come with me. Oh, my torch is sputtering. I'm gonna run down here and see if there's a lantern for me. Okay, so that's been a very, very helpful thing. That has, oh, no. Oh, what are we doing here? Ah, I've never done the two at once. But yeah, the lantern was helpful. I would have had to stand there in the dark and craft another torch and then relight it. So that would have been a waste of yet another match. So I'm trying to avoid that. It's nice to have this lantern. It matches the lamp fuel. I'm gonna go up. Oh yeah, because then that hooks around. This all goes up. Yep. Okay. That was a nice find, the lantern was. Oddly enough, I thought there might be a lantern by that corpse, just because remember there's a fire striker in that little crate by the lockers?
Could end up being useful.
And if it's not there, then sometimes there's a lantern in that dead end. Right, well, thank you very much for watching. Head out into Coastal Highway real quick and then back in. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time when I run into Coastal Highway here. And until then, just keep surviving. All right, see you next time.